Welcome to the Worm Gang. It's been quite a while since I've made like a full-length video. It's been mainly short. Things have been hectic with buying a house and things like that. The Worm Gang have been in a temporary garden for the last 16 months. Last year my bin was more or less healthy. This year I've just had an absolute nightmare. The Worm Gang will be on the move again in about 2 to 3 weeks. So I thought I'd just go through some of the problems that I've had with the worm bin and just show you it really. Once I do move officially, the whole lot is getting emptied. I'm going to buy some more bedding and I'm going to reintroduce the worms to that. I'll put in a little of their old bedding. I'm also going to do something with the pot worms as well. It's something else I saw on YouTube. This is the top newest tray. It is converting and the worms look happy enough, but I've got loads of pot worms still. So I've been adding lime and then the pot worms go. I've added newspaper to absorb up any liquid, and I've also stopped feeding the worms as well. But the pot worms have returned, and I've not put in any acidic foods either. So that's the top bin. This is the working tray, which has converted nicely, and this is the tray that I really do need to harvest because it's long overdue. I've been doing the whole eggshell thing, the newspaper, the lime, but then the pot worms come back. So when I move, I'm going to harvest this, but then I might go back to the whole newspaper, bread and milk to attract the pot worms and get them in another tub in readiness with what I plan to do with them. It is starting to dry out. I haven't given them any food whatsoever for the last sort of 2 to 3 weeks, but the pot worms have returned. And then this is the bedding tray. Pot worms are back and it is very damp and wet. However much newspaper I add in, nothing is working at the moment, sort of long term. So I am going to empty the whole lot and start again. You know, you can hear how wet the bedding is. It's dark because it's wet. And I need to, I've got so many worms in here now. Once upon a time, this would have been light to pick up, but it is so heavy, and that's because of the absorption of the water. So this is the liquid collection tray. The worms have come through, it's all wet and damp. I've got no liquid here because there's no food going in, and I have too many worms in this tray compared to last year, and I'm thinking they are just unhappy with the environment of the bin and they're just trying to escape. So this is another reason why I need to start again with this bin and then get all this cleared out as well. Just completely start again. So there's pot worms here. They're very small at the moment, but like this one, it's full size. So the conditions in this bin is just poor. The bedding is too wet. They're escaping into the liquid collection tray. I've stopped feeding them. The whole lime, newspaper, doesn't work long term. So yeah, I'm going to completely start the bin again. I've been adding lime, then I'd stop for a while, it would work, and then the pot worms would come back. I've stopped giving food because of the high levels of moisture, and hoping that was drying the bin out. So the first and the second working tray seem to have dried out quite a bit, but there are still pot worms in the first working tray, the one where all the food is mainly converted, then the bedding tray is so heavy, so I can tell that just has tons of moisture in it, and I definitely need to change the bedding. And what with the worms escaping down into the liquid collection tray, which is much more than usual, plus there's pot worms down there, it's very moist, very wet, and great for the pot worms but not for the worms, and I think they are escaping down there to get away from the unhealthy conditions in the main bin. So previous to that, last year, only a few worms were escaping down into the drainage tray, and now they all seem to be heading down there. And I think with the reproduction of worms, I am overflowing with compost worms, so that's something I need to look into as well. So yes, that's my absolutely disastrous 6 months with the worm gang. Better times ahead, and yes, I've changed the colour of my top to match my mum's geraniums. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.